Hendon Short, Mateo literally sitting on the moon, Ramon Urias playing second base.
It was fun going to games again. It was fun feeling the energy of the yard, and I'm ready for the next step.
They're all exciting pieces, and I mean, you could look at a lot of lineups this year and you could really feel good about the game, and I don't think we could say that for the last few years.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back for episode 77 of the Talking Birdie podcast. We're back on a regular fucking schedule, so let's get this shit going, boys. Josh, Brad, how we doing?
Doing pretty good. Got back last night from an early Christmas with the family in Michigan, so drove back, got
This is
home.
my favorite time of year. I'm so pumped.
For what reasons?
I fucking love Christmas, dude.
I love Christmas too, but we intentionally moved this weekend before Christmas so we didn't have our family time coincide with the actual dates of Christmas. So because that way we can probably enjoy it a little bit more.
We do something similar. This coming Saturday will be our Christmas party that we have with the Pittsburgh family.
Oh really? Are you coming up here?
Not this year. We came up last year. Mike and Diana hosted last year. It's on a rotation, so
I know.
I'm guessing 2 years from now, I'll be back up for Christmas with Mike and Diana. Last year was hectic as all hell, man. So the same weekend of the Christmas party was Terry's graduation from Penn State.
I remember that, yeah.
So yeah,
chaos.
we went up to Penn State Friday night. You know, we slept at hotel at State College, did her graduation, took some pictures, and immediately just got in the car and drove from State College out to fucking Upper St. Clair.
That's not a fun drive, but
no,
I've
man,
I've done that once.
It was snowing. Like, it was a lot of driving for like 48 hours, and then we drove home the next day.
That wasn't the time. That wasn't when we watched the Caps game, right? That was when we took you to the breakfast place.
Yeah, no, that was in March. That was the following March, because we actually made the arrangements and the plans to come up in March at that Christmas party. Like, I was sitting on the couch with Mike and I was like, we should come up here and visit again, because we used to do it every year. And then they started popping out kids, and
how that goes. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyways,
but other than that, nothing much going on.
Mr. Brad, how you doing, buddy?
Controversial take right here. Some people might be on my side with this. Some won't. I guess that's what makes it controversial. But on the topic of Christmas, I'm a big Christmas music guy. I definitely get down to that shit.
Dude,
where do you guys stand on that?
I love Christmas music.
I mean, I see people complain about it all the time. Like, oh, you're not supposed to start playing Christmas music until December. I mean, the day after Thanksgiving, it comes on the radio typically, and then I'll jam out to it for a month.
I have a problem. I have a problem with people, and like, it's like October, and I'm hearing Jingle Bells. I have a problem with that.
That's fair.
But yeah, I mean, post Thanksgiving, man, it's full send on Christmas. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've recently embraced the partial send on Christmas after Halloween. So we actually set up our tree on November 2nd this year, and I denied Sarah a tree last year because of the house stuff going on. So it's like, okay, the month early is perfectly okay. And honestly, it works pretty good, because now we have 2 months of like some sort of Christmas in our head, and sometimes December goes by fast. So I kind of liked it.
This may be a hot take and maybe not, but like, it's going to be strange coming from me, considering the type of music I listen to normally. But like, man, the best Christmas music, in my opinion, is the old style, like the ones that have been around for years and years and years. I don't want to hear your fresh new take on rocking around the Christmas tree. Honestly, I don't want to hear it.
Like a little Burl Ives.
Oh yeah.
And like the Bing Crosby one. That's my shit.
You're gonna hate everything I'm about to say, but on our vinyl, our record player, we bought 3 new vinyls this year that were Christmas. We got the Bing Crosby classic one, we got the Nat King Cole one, and that one's so good. And we got one of the Elvis ones as well. But
beautiful.
Yeah, there's a good mix up, but yeah, that's the best ones when it's like you got kind of the choir in the background too for some of them, and you got the some of the strings going.
Those
Really good
old
stuff.
classic ones, man. That's the way to go.
Yeah, 100%. I
I
can't do
love.
anything else now.
Nah.
Some of the 80s ones I can do, like if they're on the radio, but I would never like go out of my way to buy that vinyl and
Hmm.
throw it into the mix with these ones. No chance.
I was just watching my favorite my all-time favorite Christmas movie, and I just want to see if either of you two can guess what it is.
It's a Wonderful Life.
No.
Is it in that same vein or is it like a funny one?
It's a funny one.
National Lampoons?
Dude, my guy. Yes.
It's one of the best ones.
It's the best Christmas movie.
You can't talk about Christmas movies without debating if Die Hard is a Christmas movie, I guess.
It's not. It just takes place during Christmas.
Yes, that's what I would
I
say.
really wish I really wish I had the soundboard right now because I would have hit like Clark saying like we're gonna have the happiest Christmas since Bing Crosby tap dance with Danny fucking K. Like I would love to have that as a sound clip.
You serious, Clark?
Huh?
You serious, Clark?
You serious, Clark?
You serious
that guy,
about
that guy, he's disgusting.
We all have an uncle just like that. And I certainly do, at least. He'll never find this, so it's fine. But any other Christmas takes? I think we've done that out.
It does suck on the wallet a little bit, but you
Ugh.
deal with it once a year.
Yeah,
Sucks on the what?
The
the
wallet.
wallet.
Oh yeah, it does. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not know what you said. I was like, there's a W word and it could be anything.
Something that it sounded inappropriate. I get that. It does do inappropriate things to my wallet though, so that's fitting.
It does. It's I don't know, quite greedy.
But they play a bunch of happy music and the decorations look cool, so you deal with it.
It's the Christmas tax.
That's it.
Everyone pays the Christmas tax.
Yeah.
Brian, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Like I said, this is my favorite time of year, so I'm doing good. Um, I shot a personal best in golf on Saturday.
Hey.
Very nice. What'd you
Yep.
get?
94.
94. My guy.
Yeah, I was only 10 over at the turn.
How much you playing these days? I know it's kind of cold now, but
I try to play at worst. I try to play every other weekend.
okay, that's pretty good.
I've actually played the past 2 weekends, and I'm gonna play next weekend too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Apparently the whole country is under 40 degrees unless you live in like the tip of Florida right now. The whole country.
it's weird, man. We've been having these days, like we've been having these weeks where it's like cold and shitty, and then like Saturday comes and we get like sunny and 55, and that's more than enough to golf in.
Yeah, that's plenty. And it's like that's like prime golf weather. Because you're
Yeah.
not like sweating, you're not getting like exhausted during the day because it's not hot enough.
Nah, it's great. Yeah, I started on Saturday. It's so we had to tee early because Freddie had something going on in the afternoon, so we had to tee early so that we could make sure we were done. Um, he so he booked us 8:10, which was the earliest tee time that this particular course had. So I woke up at 6 o'clock because the course was near Baltimore, and I looked at my, it's still pitch black outside. I look at the weather on my phone and it's 33 degrees. And I'm just like, I sit up in the bed. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? I'm about to go outside for 4.5 hours and it's 33 degrees out. And then we get in the car and we're riding down to the course and like, it's just like thick fog. It's just like laying down all over the whole Baltimore area.
Those are good mornings though. I
Yeah.
don't complain about those.
Except for the fact that for the first like 5 or 6 holes, you hit your tee shot and then it just vanished. Like,
Good luck finding it.
thankfully, my driver was on point, and I was like hitting pretty much all my drives in the fairway, so they were like easily findable. But if I'd have busted out my typical banana slice on any of those,
Game
Dude.
over.
you'd never seen that ball again.
That's funny. I didn't go out a single time this year, and I need to next year.
I'm telling
It's
you,
too
I
cold
really
now.
want to come up and play that like oldest course in the country.
100% down for it.
You know, Mike plays golf too.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
Okay. It'd be
So-
about an hour and a half from him maybe even a little further. But
Okay,
I'm
maybe
down
that's
for it if you guys are.
maybe that's kind of far, but the next time we come up, I'm definitely gonna make him play golf with me. So the next time I come up, we'll get you two. We'll go play around somewhere.
Sounds good. I don't know anything about the courses on like the south side of the city, but I know like 45 minutes north of the city in Butler County, there's a really nice course, immaculate, like been in the family for 60 years, and it's like $12 for a cart and 9 holes, which is pretty good.
That's really good.
And I don't even know if it's that much, but it's just like a really well done course, and like the holes are kind of fun. So I've had a lot of guys tell me to go there, and it's never busy. So I'm like, that might be a good one to go to.
Once it starts staying light out for longer, Brad, I'm gonna start hitting you up for some Friday tee times again.
Yeah, I got you.
It's not worth it right now because it's dark at
30.
4 o'clock.
And I'm getting off even later this time of year because we start later. So I get off at 3:30.
Oh yeah,
this time of year.
Because we'd have time. We would need enough time to play 9.
No,
without
probably not.
It gets dark.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it probably wouldn't be a big deal for me to get off early though, because we don't have that much to do. So
I figure not. I have a much greater appreciation for Turf Valley now because playing more frequently, you start playing cheaper courses because
cost,
right?
Because cost. And I really appreciate Turf Valley, man, because I've been playing some really shitty courses.
Good, man. Glad you enjoy it.
I've been playing some ones where every patron, it's almost like when you walk into the pro shop there to check in for your tee time, they have one of those little Men in Black like eraser things.
Yeah.
And they hold it up in front of your face, and they say, "You've never heard of a ball mark repair tool." Because every single green is like
filled with ball marks. Yeah.
It's just everywhere. You can't line up a single putt without your ball just like skipping over craters.
Yeah.
The whole time it's rolling there. I'm like, dude,
that's fucked up.
Like,
I mean, that's also
every time I'm on a green, I see at least one of someone that didn't fix it, or two. But like all 18 just covered in them is just
I mean, yeah, at a certain point, the crew has to be fixing those too. I mean, I know it's on the golfer, but like when the green starts to get covered up, the crew kind of has to fucking do something about it.
Yeah.
That means they've accumulated over many months without being
fixed. 100%.
I mean, dude, it was nuts. I can't tell you. I mean, I'm not a good putter. It's easily the worst part of my game. But when you can't reliably like read a line, because no matter how well you read it, it's just going to hit a crater in the thing and just hit a bump and just roll the opposite direction. Like, what are you supposed to do?
Banana slice the putt.
Yeah.
Put some English on it.
Like, it's a good thing I never had like a birdie putt or anything that got fucked up by one of those ball marks, because I would have
lost it.
Oh yeah. Thankfully, all of my missed birdie putts are on me. Thankfully.
You'd have the golf equivalent of Brad's throwing bats into the woods, the softball bats.
I've thrown my 9-iron into the woods before.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
I was playing Maple Run. It's this course out by us that we play pretty frequently, and it's having a rough day. Really rough day. Like, it's just nothing going for me. I'm not a good golfer. I'm a 26 handicap, but like pretty much every round I hit at least a couple shots that I'm really proud of. And like that's what kind of keeps you going, keeps you coming back. Well, this particular round was just nothing's going for me. And we came to this par 3 that's like pretty easy. It's like a short little guy, like maybe 140, 150. And I just had a really tough time on the previous hole. So I'm still like seething, pulling up to the tee box. And I go to hit my 9-iron, and I just topped the shit out of it. And it like rolled off the tee and didn't even leave the tee box. So like I swung, looked down at my ball, and just turned because there were woods right in front of me, and I just went like axe throw, just fired my 9-iron into the woods.
A Viking taking down his next victim.
And then I had to do the walk of shame to retrieve it.
Yeah,
And I
it's
Yeah.
not
stepped
as cool.
and I stepped in a bunch of sticker bushes, and so I was picking those things out of my leg for a week.
The day's ruin. The week's ruin. That's no
Love
fun.
golf. Love golf.
It's
Can't
the
wait to play
best.
again.
Can't wait to go back.
No, it's been much more enjoyable for me though. I've been making strides. Been playing a lot better.
I feel like once you're competent, it's like you have two ways you can go. You can either just keep playing and get better, or you just kind of stay right there and you get mad all the time.
Hmm.
But it's probably not very fun. It's still probably frustrating regardless of your skill level. But
Oh, it is. It's an extremely humbling game. Like 94 is a really good score, but if I didn't have an absolute meltdown, like in the middle of the back nine, I might have shot in the 80s.
Really?
Yeah. Like I was playing that well up until this one hole. Like I think I shot like back-to-back eights.
Hmm.
One of them was a par five, one was a par four. The one with the par four, I didn't even finish the hole. I just got like I just got fed up, and I was just like, I'm taking max strokes, taking double par. Fuck it, get me out of here.
Get me out of here.
Yep.
Oh, that's funny.
So could have been
Wanted
better,
to
but
ask
go
you,
ahead.
Ryan.
Hmm.
I know you said that you and your dad are going down to Sarasota in
Correct.
March, right?
Hmm.
Okay. You'll have to text me those dates or something, because now my dad wants to go down to Sarasota, and we were already considering going down with a few friends from here because we have some baseball fans, but wanted to like see what dates you guys were going.
Yeah, it's I mean, I'm not giving out any personal information. We're going the 6th to the 9th.
Okay.
So it's a Wednesday to a Saturday.
Okay. Noted.
And let me look at the spring training schedule. There's 2 games at Ed Smith during that time.
Are you guys doing another stadium too, or just Ed Smith?
Just Ed Smith.
We were thinking about going to Bradenton too, but we'll see. Because one of our buddies here's a Pirates fan, so we thought about, because they're only 30 minutes apart. So
one of the games is against the Pirates. It's at Ed Smith, but it's one of the games I remember is where's the freaking schedule, man? Like, okay, here we go. Here we go. Got it. So when we get to the day we get down there, March 6th, they play the Pirates. Friday they are against the Tigers on the 8th.
okay.
So I would think we'll probably go to both those games. I think our fishing trip might be on the 7th, like that day in between.
Okay.
And honestly, if my dad can tolerate just like riding in the cart with me, I was gonna ask him if he would mind if I brought my clubs and like played around while I was down there. But if he's not down for that, like I won't put him through that. But if he's like, yeah,
Right.
sure, why not? I'm definitely taking my clubs and finding some time to play 18.
Hit some Florida courses. It's a bit
Yeah,
different.
man. Last time I was in Florida, I played the worst golf of my life. And I got heat stroke.
Let's do worse next time.
And I got heat stroke. It was great.
Okay. Well, we'll coordinate that if we can.
Yeah,
I don't know.
man, that would be
I don't know
sick.
if anything's happening, but just something worth thinking about.
That would be super fun. You'll have to once again fly into PIE and walk to a Golden Corral.
Cracker Barrel.
Cracker Barrel. Sorry.
Yeah. In the 80-mile-an-hour winds on the whatever highway I was on.
Yeah, man.
Good time.
Good.
Would
Very
recommend.
extremely good times.
Not a hard pivot, but baseball podcast. Wanted to know your guys' stuff on this because you know the Maryland sports background a little bit more than I do outside of baseball. Who is this person interested in buying the Orioles potentially? I don't know if there's any water to it at all, but I don't know.
Do you mean our Lord and Savior David Rubenstein?
David Rubenstein.
So I had to do some research on him when I heard about him because he just was not a guy that I was familiar with. But
as are most sports executives at that level, or just executives in general.
yeah, and honestly, like a person like this, I want them to be kind of unknown because like who are the guys that you hate the most as far as like owners? It's like Jerry Jones. And
Owners that make their names known.
yes, it's the less you hear about them, the better is kind
Yeah,
of, better as far as So I'm just on his Wikipedia page right now, but he's from Baltimore, so he's a local dude. Slight issue is the fact that he's formerly of the board of trustees at Duke University, because that's where he graduated from. But he graduated magna cum laude, the Bachelor of Arts. That's pretty cool. He's a smart lad.
shout out to hating on Duke University.
I thought you were about to say shout out to Duke University, and I was going to end this episode right now. Yes, shout out to hating on Duke University. Indeed. I don't know what's the Carlisle Group.
I actually
no
don't
idea.
know. I really don't.
Carlisle Group.
They
so
probably own
international
businesses that but
private equity, asset management, financial services. It's based in the United States with $376 billion of assets under management. Holy
Sick.
shit.
one of them's about to be the Orioles.
Yeah, fuck. Please God. Yeah. So he's a founding member of the Carlisle Group.
So he could afford Gunnar Henderson, possibly.
He could afford 14 Gunnar Hendersons if he wanted to.
He could afford Shohei Ohtani and actually pay him.
Yeah.
Not defer.
We'll get there in a minute. We'll get there.
Yeah.
No, this is not about me saying that I wanted the Orioles to sign Ohtani.
Okay. All right. This guy has so much money. In December 2007, Rubenstein purchased the last privately owned copy of the Magna Carta
Sick.
at Sotheby's auction house in New York for $21.3 million US. Okay.
That's pretty wild.
And then he just loaned it to the National Archives in DC. Like, no, you can hang on to my $21 million piece of paper, guys.
You guys take care of it for me too.
Yeah.
Bitch.
Holy shit. So anyway, Daddy Moneybags, David Rubenstein. Yeah, I don't know. There was that Bloomberg article that I couldn't read because I'm not subscribing to
Paywalls.
Bloomberg.
Now
But,
there is potential concerns. Obviously, we got to address both sides of it. He could come in and tear down everybody that kind of made them good again.
What's the
get
likelihood
rid
of that,
all-
though? Like,
Like,
Not
what would
necessarily,
motivate
but
him to do
this,
that?
yeah, this is a
Just
guy. This is
ego.
a guy that would be
Ego. He's a
buying.
billionaire.
This is a guy that would be buying a sports franchise just to have something to play around with.
Right.
Parking money.
I mean, billionaires have ego. They can say, "Oh, I'm smarter than everybody else, and I'm going to bring in my guys to do this." I'm just playing devil's advocate here because I am in favor of him buying the team because I do think it's the only potential avenue to actually re-sign our young stars. So it's a chance I'm willing to take. But just for discussion point, that's that is a little bit of a concerning piece of something that could potentially happen.
I have no concerns about that whatsoever.
Okay.
It does happen, but to Ryan's point, also, like, you don't hear anything about him. So that means he's probably not like some crazy control freak ego guy. I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
We also don't know. I mean,
yeah, you're right. We don't know how he would react in a sports situation, but I don't imagine that.
we also don't follow the Carlisle Group day to day either.
That's
so,
true, but
Well, maybe it's time that we start.
maybe
if he had
it
any
might be.
intentions of doing that, it would take one conversation with like someone in the front office to be like, look, like, this is how we got here. This is what we did. It'd be like a 5-minute conversation. It'd be like, all right, makes sense. That's rational people. I don't know him, but
Word.
Following reports, Orioles CEO John Penis Angelos called Maryland Governor Wes Moore to say that the Angelos family did not plan on selling the team, which is great. You know why that's great? Because all John Angelos does is lie, which means he's absolutely planning on selling the team.
he's lying
True.
to the buddy he was just like attached at the hip for like 9 months this year.
God, I hate him so much.
We've been selling
Sell the team, John.
John Penis Angelo.
John Penis. It's funny.
Ever since that Adley's Big Tits with the Stephen Penis Adams. That's all I do. Why do you put P in your profiles? It's funny.
John Penis Angelos. Sell the team, John. I think that's should be the title of this episode is Sell the Team, John.
Sell the team, John.
Yep.
Yeah, hope it happens. I'm sure nothing will happen with that for another 2 years, but because these things take a lot of time.
They do. But also, so I'm going to shout out friend of the pod and former guest, Spencer Nathaniel Schultz. He had kind of like scooped this a long time ago. He knows somebody in the Baltimore space. I don't know who it is. He never says who it is, but he said this in like 2021. I'm trying to hold on. Just you guys can. I don't know if we have some time to fill some dead air here, but like
I would just say, like, in terms of like, I did like a very long thread on this, I think 2 years ago. It was like 15 tweets in a thread, but like kind of the economics and kind of some of the decisions Angelos has made, it almost looks like he was looking to sell his asset because he wasn't doing any like long-term deals, no free agent deals that were worth any money. Maybe that was just the way the management was supposed to be run at the time. But I mean, with like Adley and Gunner, you know, most teams would do a long-term deal there. Someone who's looking to sell his team is probably not going to just all of a sudden commit $250 million plus to one player, because that'll hurt the selling price and all that stuff and muddy the waters a bit. But just something I had thought about a while ago.
No, you're right. Okay, so here we go.
Or he's just cheap.
I think it's a little of both. Genuinely.
Probably.
Okay, so here we go. This is Spencer's tweet from a little small tweet thread from November 18th of 2022. I am a football guy, but take this as you will. The Orioles are deep in the stages of selling the team to a group of local business investors. I don't really have anything to gain from this. It's not set in stone, but what I was told is, quote, I'm surprised it's not public knowledge by now. Feel free to take this with 1,000 grains of salt, and again, nothing set in stone. More from source, blah, 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 blah. Hypothetically, this will lead to a bigger payroll, as I understand, but wouldn't expect much in the way of marquee free agents signings this offseason while this thing gets figured out. That was he got that in November of 2022.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow. Huh.
And he's been right about stuff like this before. Again, I don't know what his source is, but
it's a good one.
You know, and again, like he said, he's an Orioles fan, but he's very much a Ravens guy.
He's the Ravens guy, yeah.
I mean, he really has nothing to gain from winding people up. You know?
Much to consider.
Yeah.
Yeah, hope it happens.
He said he was also told that the group included Kevin Plank and CEOs of 2 investment firms that are local to Baltimore, which Rubenstein is an investment firm guy who is from Baltimore. So
that would add up.
It would. And also, like, as much as John Penis wants to, you know, tell Wes Moore that he doesn't plan on selling the team, I am sorry. You can't tell me it's a coincidence that the news about Rubenstein comes out one day and the very next day a agreement in principle is reached on the lease. Now I know
but not really. Yeah.
The governor did something and put a pause on it because somebody was, I don't know, politics bullshit. But like, dude, that's not a coincidence.
Yeah,
it's not a coincidence at all, especially after all the nonsense that has been happening with this lease. And I don't know, man.
What a bizarre like thing to look back on. I will look at this for years from now probably, but the night they announced the lease was agreed upon at the stadium during the night we clinched.
So weird.
It's so bizarre.
So strange. I mean, just looking back on it now, even though it was only a couple months ago, it's so strange. Such a strange thing to do.
Like such a reach for any sort of positive PR for the ownership team that they were like, we have to like borderline, well, we not even borderline, just lie.
Yeah, just lie. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
It's so bizarre, dude. It's one of the weirdest things I've ever seen from like a sports owner.
Well, usually they just like let the press take it and it'll just, hit that way. It's not a direct message from the team usually.
Yeah.
They just put it on the board. They tried to like ride any sort of positivity from, what the team was actually doing on the field. And it's hilarious.
It's so weird, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I really, really freaking hope that this comes to pass, though.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
It's, boy,
Oh boy.
I'm just he somehow just manages to suck the joy out of everything that it comes from Oriole baseball.
Yeah, he's really good at it. Got a knack for it.
I mean, he did some. It seemed like for a while there during the season, every Orioles off day, there was signature John
Something.
Penis moment.
The Kevin Brown stuff, like thinking like, nothing had ended up happening from it besides being suspended for a few games, but like that was so bizarre. I don't know what that was for still, but I don't know. Just fun stuff. Not we never got a concrete answer on like what that was for, right? Because Kevin was like, it's not about the negativity on the comment, but was he like held at gunpoint to say that? Or was
I'm sure he was.
Yeah. Or was it something else? Did he like cuss him out in his office and like, you're suspended? I doubt it.
That would be some serious balls if he cussed.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it looks like Nathan Ruiz is leaving the Sun. That's interesting.
Yep.
Where's he going?
They didn't say.
Oh man, he was probably
Leaving.
my favorite beat reporter for the Orioles.
My favorite beat reporter is Jacob Calvin Meyer.
I like him a lot too, but he's still too new.
I know him personally. That's why. He's
You do? Okay.
like one of my best friend's younger brothers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool. Well,
Yeah.
he was like somewhere else for years, right? He's like a Baltimore native or something, but he like left for somewhere.
He
for a bunch of years.
he grew up on the street right next to mine. He's like,
Okay.
he's like my best friend's younger brother. I was over at their house all the time.
Oh, that's awesome.
I know he was in the media before that. I can't remember what company it actually was, to be honest with you. But
I think he was in like a different state though for a little while.
He went to college in PA, so maybe he was in PA. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I like him. All the Masson reporters blow. That's all I gotta say.
Yep.
You know
There
who
you
else blows as far as reporters go? Literally every national writer that's not Jeff Passan.
If you don't have Heyman and Nightingale muted on Twitter, you're not doing it right.
Dude, Ken Rosenthal is getting to that point now.
Oh, he's bad now too. I haven't been on Twitter much lately.
Dude, he is just slobbering all over the Dodgers and Ohtani and like
he always picks like whatever the wave is.
It's so good for baseball. Shut up, Ken.
Passan does that a little bit too, but he does it so lightly that I don't care. Like he'll put it at the end of his tweet, like a very obvious statement, like the Dodgers are not a team to be messed with, and it's like that's fine. But Rosenthal goes out and writes like 8 articles about it.
Yeah, he writes articles about how Dodger spend lot money good, poor team bad.
Yeah.
And that's
his interviews on the playoff dugouts are terrible too.
All right. Well, before you guys get too much into this portion of the conversation, I mean, I just kind of want to open it up by saying there was a high-profile free agent, obviously, this offseason that everyone was after. He wanted to keep his pursuit in secrecy, ends up taking far less money than, well, while he's playing anyway, than anyone would have expected, so his team could still compete. I mean, is this bad for baseball that the Mets have agreed to terms with Rylan Bannon and that he was able to make all these concessions?
Oh, man. That's a lot to think about. You had me going there.
Fuck you, Brad.
Woo! Mets in 2024.
I hope he plays, man. Where did he end up last year at the end of the year? I know he's in the minors.
He was still with the Astros, I'm pretty sure.
He was with the Astros, okay. Yeah, he went through like 3 teams at whatever year that was that he came up with us.
Yeah, I literally just saw someone texted me that like right when I got on with you guys, so I had to throw that in there.
That's hilarious.
So dumb.
Speaking of which, we can't talk about any Ohtani takes on that. That's kind of a big news, which very much overshadowed the Soto trade like 2 days later.
Oh God, dude. Don't even remind me of that, because this is just the summer of, or the winter of the big market teams getting everything they want for nothing.
Yeah, and we do nothing.
Dude, I mean, that trade is a joke.
That was crazy.
It's an absolute joke. Michael King, are you fucking kidding me?
And like 1 or 2 top 100 prospects who were like,
get the fuck
higher
out of here,
than
man.
7.
No, I would say because it's just for 1 year, but let's be honest, they're going to.
He's the best hitter in baseball.
They're going to re-sign him.
Yeah.
That lineup got way more scary all of a sudden.
Yeah, I'm officially worried about the Yankees again.
Yeah, 100%. Like, I don't. You can kind of get past Judge, and if you can get past Judge, you're good, because like Stanton's not that good anymore. No one else in their lineup really scares you. Rizzo's not very scary. Trying to think of who else they have in there. Just like no one you're really terrified of the same way you are with Judge, but Soto's even better than Judge in my opinion as a hitter. And now you've just given him protection, or made him the protection for Judge, and he's a lefty in that ballpark. That's just terrifying.
Yep.
He's gonna hit 70 home runs, and like 40 of them wouldn't be out of any other stadium.
His OBP is going to be like 515.
Some say he might break the AL record for home runs. Juan Soto, like Aaron Judge's publicized AL home run record a couple years ago.
He's kind of more of a balanced hitter, so maybe he like won't utilize right field as much, but maybe they'll just tell him to start utilizing right field. I don't know.
Oh, he's going to utilize right field, so they're going to make him.
Yeah.
You got to be kidding me.
What?
Oh, fucking Tyreek Hill just got hurt.
Why would we care about that?
I'll get into that later. I'll get into that later.
Okay.
Anyway, Ohtani, 10 years, right? For $70 million or $700 million. Insanity. I don't know what to even like make of that. It feels very team friendly, despite it being a $700 million price tag. But the deferred payments, that's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. From a player to like concede that to where they're like, yeah, you only need to pay me $2 million a year, and then you can just kind of defer the rest over time.
Dude, he's deferring 680 million of it.
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't know what to make of that. I don't think that's good for baseball.
It's very bullshit, dude. It's a fucking loophole, and it sucks, and I hate it.
I actually just retweeted 2 tweets that are like the exact thing that we're talking about right now, and I'm gonna find it really quick.
You're able to share screen if you'd like.
I know. I'm just. They're short. I don't need to. Oh my god. Oh, there we go. This on the desktop is so much different than.
Oh, it's so bad.
It says, most teams are busy trying to find innovative ways to compete in an unfair system designed for them to lose, while the Dodgers are busy circumventing the few safeguards in place meant to prevent the very thing they're doing anyways. And these national writers will do nothing but applaud it too, like the lapdogs that they are.
Based.
Yep.
What was the other one?
That was it. That was 2. That was 2 tweets.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's pretty spot on. I mean, it's just, I don't know why Ohtani would agree to that. I mean, his money's going to be worth way less than, what is it? And when does it end? Like 2043 or something like that?
Something like that.
Like, you know how much less his money's going to be worth by then after the taxes get taken out too?
Yeah, living in California.
In California. That's why I was like, Blue Jays, it's a lock, right? No. Apparently not.
I heard Texas was kind of in on him too, which that's the there's a draw there because of their lack of income tax.
Yeah, they just don't have one.
I don't know if they don't have one or if it's just extremely low, but
I don't think they have one, but their property taxes are like crazy high. Maybe
oh,
their city taxes and stuff are
dude,
super high too on
I
income.
think I think California's income tax is like 14%.
I think I saw he'd lose like $287 million out of that 700 million. Just the taxes. What a
That's
joke.
my God,
Yeah,
man.
that's bullshit.
Glad we agree.
It's all bullshit, dude. Like I'm conflicted because I'm conflicted on talking about how much bullshit this is because like I feel like anybody who hears it will just, you know, think that I'm defending billionaires pretending that they're poor, which I'm not because I hate it as much as anybody else. I mean, my team is the forefront of billionaires acting like they're poor. So like why would I defend that? Like I have never hated a stranger as much as I hate John Penis Angelos. So I'm not. But like at the same time, man, like I understand they're billionaires, they're very rich, but there is a fact that cannot be denied, and that is that some teams have a much higher cash flow than others do.
Yeah.
And everyone operates within a budget. And there just happens to be because they decide not to use the one thing that is made to even everything out in every other sport, which is a salary cap. And so you'll always have teams like this that have the cash flow and the spending power to be able to do shit like this. And don't yeah, you can say, oh, the Pirates could have gone out and signed Shohei. It's like, yeah, maybe they could, but like what would they be able to do with the rest of their team for the next, like every bit of their spending budget would have gone to paying Shohei.
Right.
Every single other player that was worth a shit, they would have had to trade away and replace with prospects because they would not have the cash flow to pay for anybody but Shohei. So it's a fine line of like, I don't want to sound like I'm defending billionaires, but at the same time, dude, everybody's got a fucking budget. And this is going to be a problem until a salary cap is implemented. Now, don't tell me anybody else other than the Yankees and maybe the Mets could reasonably say, yeah, we'd be happy to pay Shohei Ohtani $680 million to not play for us. Because that's what they're going to be doing.
Right.
So it's dog shit, dude. It's total dog shit.
At least he's not in the AL East anymore, or at all. That's good, I guess.
Sure. Yeah.
Whatever that
Whatever.
means.
Whatever, man.
Yeah.
Ohtani, the 24 hours he spent in the AL East as a member of the Blue Jays.
And can you imagine like if the Orioles try to do this on like a lower scale with like a say $100 million contract, like the absolute like jokery that would be coming out of that, or like people would crap on the Orioles
like,
for playing.
Yeah, just same old poor fucking Orioles. They're poor as shit.
Can't even pay them their money up front on an AA like every other team does.
Right. Yeah.
It'd be the same thing, but
again, but Ken Rosenthal just falls to his knees the second he thinks about the fucking Dodgers doing this shit.
It is what it is, man.
Fuck you, Ken. Piece of shit.
Yeah, at the end of the day, he's one player on a team that we're probably not going to play pretty much the entire year. So, it's as an Orioles fan, it doesn't directly really matter, but it is bad for the sport. Like
it is bad for the sport, no matter what they say about it. Yeah, I agree.
I'm honestly surprised that he even got like 700 million. I thought we'd be talking like probably the
500.
highest. Yeah, I thought like highest contract of all time, but I didn't think 700 million, which I guess is why he probably agreed to the deferred payments. But it's like inflation protected $500 million contract. But I don't know, man.
Hey, we'll never know the logic behind it. So
I just saw that number on my phone the other day. I was sitting at my grandparents, and I just like got the notification. I was like, "Is that a 7?
Yeah,
2 zeros after it."
Sure is, buddy.
Like that's crazy, but
yeah.
I mean, is that the most? That's the highest sports deal ever, right? Even including overseas
In North
soccer.
America, yeah.
What's the highest non-North American deal?
I don't know.
Okay. Like I thought like Ronaldo probably had something higher. At least the AAV is probably higher somewhere over there.
You're probably right. I don't know.
Didn't they pay Ronaldo like $100 million to go play in Dubai or something?
Yeah, he plays for the Saudi League now.
Yeah. But outside of that,
Yeah.
yeah.
Let's see. I mean, I can Google it really quick. Most expensive sports contract. Let's see. Okay. Apparently, this is the largest in sports history.
Well, yeah. That's not a surprise.
Well, they were saying, like, hold up. Hold up. Interesting. I guess this hasn't been updated yet. It's a list of like the largest sports contracts, and it still has Lionel Messi as the highest.
What was his?
674 million.
Well, we're over that now.
Yep.
Wow. No one's gonna touch that in North America for a long time, probably.
Nah.
I just can't think of any sport where you would have like a two-way player situation where it's like a once in a lifetime, even being elite at both sides. And, you know, I don't know what an equivalent of that would be in any other sport that could even command that kind of money.
Can't, because guess what? Fucking every other sport has, a baseball doesn't. Salary cap.
NHL players sitting there like, man, we got in the wrong business.
Yeah. Yeah, you get the highest paid NHL player making fucking, I don't even know.
Like
I think
$18 million.
it's not even that. It's like 12.
Okay.
It's not even that, dude.
That's wild.
Mm-hmm.
What's a league minimum in NFL?
You would probably know the answer to that better than I would, Brad.
It's around $500,000, but I don't know what the exact number is. It's in that ballpark though.
That sounds right. Yeah.
Okay, that was higher than I thought.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Yep.
anything else on this, fellas?
No, I'm tired of talking about it. Fuck the Dodgers. Fuck Ken Rosenthal.
And
Fuck
Boob.
all those. Fuck
Boob
all those guys.
Nightingale.
And Boob. Yeah, Boob as well. Fuck.
$705,000. There you go.
That's league minimum in
NFL. Yeah.
NFL. Okay. It's
Very
like,
good.
what was that figure? Well,
Cool.
anything else, fellas? Not, we can wrap up.
Gucci.
Not much
What?
going on Orioles.
Guys.
Oh.
Craig Kimbrell.
Oh, shoot. So much has happened since.
All right, you
exciting.
guys go ahead.
That's my thoughts.
I'm fine with it.
Yep,
I'm not gonna act excited about it because I don't think he's what he used to be, but also they kind of had to do something, and I think he'll be fine.
I mean, I just have to ask, Brad. Did you see the numbers he put up last year?
They're okay for a closer, and he was terrible in the playoffs, and all Phillies fans are glad that he's gone. Like a 3-something ERA for a closer, it's not great.
I mean, it's pretty good. I mean, not everybody's Felix.
What's
for a closer, it's not that great.
Was he actually their closer though?
I'm pretty sure he was.
On and off, I think.
I mean, I said I'm fine with it. It's not like I'm treating him like Kyle Gibson or Adam Frazier.
I know. I'm not saying you are.
So I'm fine with the signing. He's not what he used to be, of course, but I don't think they even paid that much for him. But we needed a reliever with Felix not being in, and even if he's not the guy, he's still like more competent than like a Cionel Perez or a Brian Baker. So it's fine. You've solidified another spot in the bullpen. What I'm interested in that I'm gonna like hang my hat on is every time we like sign somebody or pick up somebody like this, they always like see something they want to tweak and kind of like either get back what they used to or unlock something that no one else has. So that's kind of like just what I hope they maybe do, and maybe they can get a little glimpse of like prime Kimbrel back, which is, that'd be really cool. He's future Hall of Famer, I'm sure. I don't know if he's at that level yet, but he's probably like pretty close to future Hall of Fame. I mean, he was one of the best closers ever when he was first coming up.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do. But yeah, I feel the same. It's a good signing, and I'm not going to get excited about a reliever. Any other thoughts?
Well, okay. I don't even know why I brought it up then. Cool.
Did you have a further opinion?
No, I just thought this would be a longer discussion.
ERA plus last year was 132. He was an all-star, which doesn't mean anything. 12 Ks per 9, that's pretty good. Hits were down over the last couple years. Walks were about career average. So that's good.
His Savant page looks pretty good. A lot of red in there.
That's that's the way to analyze it too.
What?
No, like it's just funny that we do that. I don't even know what was red, but a lot of red in there, so it's pretty good.
All right. Well, fine.
I
I'll
do
get
the
a little
same
more.
stuff.
I'll get a little more Pacific about it.
Pacific.
A little more Pacific. Yeah. So expected ERA 86 percentile, expected batting average 95th, fastball velo 80th percentile, average exit velo was 20th, which is kind of to be expected from a guy that throws hard.
True.
Whiff rate 90th percentile, K rate 98th percentile.
Activity in the middle of this. Can you pull up Cano's Savant page and then just put them side by side?
Surely.
Just kind of like, I don't need like the breakdown of every category, but
I
you
gotcha.
can just kind of.
I gotcha.
That's where I'm like hung up, is like, should I expect better or worse than Cano? I
Similar.
want to say better or similar, yeah.
Similar. They have. All right, so I'll just share it. Like,
Okay.
there's kind of a trade-off between them. Like, whereas one guy was really good on one specific metric, the other guy was poor, and then like vice versa. So, so here we got Kimbrel. Focus in on here. So you don't like this, some hard contact, some walks, but a lot of strikeouts, a lot of whiffs.
Lots of barrel.
Yep. And then you go over to Cano, and it's like, I mean, I would say overall Cano was better.
Yeah, I'd say so too. Like just less weak points.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder just how much of those like more gray areas there on Cano's are skewed by how good he was coming up and then was sort of not that the rest of the year. Still a really good season, of course, but like is his, I guess like hard hit percentage similar to Kimbrel's outside of Cano's like first 15 innings?
I mean, who knows?
I'm not asking, I'm just rhetorical.
Yeah.
But
yeah, just something to. What's that rolling fucking WOBA scale?
I haven't been on Savant in a while.
Yeah. I don't know what most of this stuff means, but
the picture pages, I'm like, I don't know what any of that is.
yeah, oh, here it is. Here's the rolling WOBA.
That's just the last 100 plate appearances, though.
Oh, you're right. Whatever.
We got a good pitcher.
Uh-huh.
That's what matters.
Yep.
People still found like a reason to be mad about it too, and I thought it was funny.
They would have found a reason if they would have found a reason to be mad if we'd have been the ones that signed Shine Shohei for $700 million.
Deferred over 20 years.
Oh, it would have been more than that, man.
We had to defer Chris Davis over like 8 years.
Bro, there were the deferred payments would last longer than the new Camden Yards lease.
Yeah, they would. What lease? Back to you in the studio.
Correct.
Anyway,
There is no lease.
there is no lease. Are we missing anything else that happened this week? I don't think so.
Nah, I think we're good now.
The Rule 5 draft came and went. We don't have to worry about any more Max Scarrollers at this point of our organization.
And that is something to be celebrated, if you ask me.
It is. I saw the Orioles at, I think MLB.com released like a top 10 Rule 5 picks of the last 20 years or something like that. Santander was 2, and I think Wells was 6. So that's cool.
Who the hell was 1?
It was Mark Canha.
Okay.
Yeah, which I thought was kind of weird too. He had some good years in Oakland, but I think like career-wise, Santander's been better.
I'm guessing I'm missing something about Mark Canha, and that's fine.
Okay. All right. Anything else, fellas? Think we're good. Winter meetings is over. Nothing much else to write home on that.
As expected, nothing happened.
I don't even think any talks are happening for Orioles right now. Like
there were some more reports that we were talking to the White Sox about Dylan Cease.
But you did send me that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but everyone talks this time of year. I don't expect anything.
Yeah, exactly. Just talks, man.
I'm not interested. They asked for fucking Jackson Holliday. Like, fuck off. Dude had a 4.58 ERA last year.
I mean, they did at the trade deadline, yeah, but I would think that Jackson Holliday would be a non-starter if they're talking about this again.
The White Sox are kind of a joke anyway. The way they ask for trades, like their analytics department's like 4 guys. Them and the Rockies are like the 2 like dinosaurs left in baseball. It's really funny. But
have the White Sox made any like really successful trades recently? I
don't think so. They traded away Tatis for James Shields. That was like 6 years ago. I think, I don't know, like all the guys that are on the team are guys that they like that came up with the White Sox pretty much, and they all get hurt because their training staff's like worse than a high school football team.
Real.
It's so bad. They just have like random 20-year-old like prospects in the minors just having like old man injuries all the time, and they like are hurt for like 3 months, and it's like, how does this happen?
Old man injuries.
I don't even like, it's sore back and they're out for like a month and a half. And a 20-year-old, what 20-year-old has a sore back?
Yeah, I know.
It's crazy.
Ridiculous.
Anyway.
All right. Yeah, let's wrap this shit up.
Wrap it up.
Thank you, everybody. I don't know who everybody is at this point, but thank you, every one person that listened to this. Appreciate y'all tuning in, and hopefully we'll have some news next time.
We got a lot of news today, I think.
There's a little bit of news.
For only having like a week gap between episodes, it's pretty good.
You're right. I shouldn't be complaining. You're right. You're totally right.
Yeah, I know.
I know you know that you're right.
All right. Have a good week, everyone.
Take care, everybody.
Yep.
Deuces.